alone. People talk to people and people listen. Talk to your followers. Make them listen to ensure peaceful 2023 elections. This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
Hello and welcome to another weekend file on the NTA. We're live in Abuja. A nationwide exercise has been carried out by all registered political parties in Nigeria to choose party standard bearers for the forthcoming general elections in 2023. While some parties adopted indirect choice, others opted for consensus candidates, while the major parties adopted direct primaries. The choices of the parties were informed in line with the new Electoral Act, which provides for 3 methods of selecting standard bearers for the general elections. The APC, for example, like the PDP, adopted direct primaries that led to the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar. Labour Party opted for consensus candidate in the person of Peter Obi. And in provision with the Electoral Act, the parties have forwarded their results online to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC is now awaiting submission of names of running mates, especially with the governorship and presidential elections. Most parties have gone back to plan how to embark on the general elections, having fulfilled the minimum of 180 days after the primaries. So, how will the political parties fare in their campaigns, and how would Nigerians buy into their ideologies? The major focus remains people's acceptance of the messages. Tonight on Weekend File is a cursory look at the new Electoral Act with party primaries. What's the hope for credible polls? We have updates from zones, while our guest is Nze Chidi Duru, Deputy Organizing Secretary of the All Progressives Congress. I am Ian Ray. John, thank you for joining us. First, the news. President Muhammadu Buhari will broadcast to the nation on Sunday, June 12, 2022 at 7 a.m. as part of activities to commemorate Nigeria's Democracy Day. Television, radio stations and other electronic media outlets are enjoined to hook up to the network services of the Nigerian Television Authority and Radio Nigeria for the broadcast. Meanwhile, Ondo State Government has cancelled this year's June 12 celebration. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Richard Olatunde, says this is consequent upon the terror attack on worshippers at St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, on Sunday, 5th June 2022. The cancellation, according to the statement, is to enable the entire people of Ondo State mourn their loved ones who lost their lives in the attack. Recall that the Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, had directed that all flags in the state were flown at half-mast for 7 days in honor of the victims of the terror attack. Now, more than 5,000 army recruits have been injected into the nation's armed forces in an effort by the Nigerian army to increase its workforce in the front line to confront criminal elements in the country. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, while addressing recruits at their passing out parade at the Nigerian Army Depot, Zaria, urged them to exhibit professionalism, dexterity and tenacity in the discharge of their responsibilities. Suleiman Rigachuku reports.
This is a display of 6 months regimentation training built on discipline, patriotism and commitment to serve their fatherland. Eager to move to their various commands, these 5,800 recruits received instructions from the top army chief asking them not to compromise their professionalism. Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya said Nigerian army is reinvigorating its strategies in degrading criminal elements in the country.
We are aware the country is facing numerous security challenges occasioned by activities of Boko Haram, terrorists, armed bandit kidnappers, separatist agitators, religious extremists and other criminal elements. I wish to state that these security challenges are not unsurmountable and will soon come to an end.
Their injection into the military is a boost to the manpower requirement of the nation's armed forces in addressing security threats in the country.
These are situations that have become the order of the day almost everywhere in the sub-Sahara, especially because of obvious reasons. But we are glad that the Nigerian Army is containing the situation very well.
While in Zaria, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, inaugurated infrastructure to enhance training at the Nigerian Army Depot. Suleiman Rigachkun, NTA News.
The Anambra State government has marched to action with its directive to demolish any building used for criminal activities. The first kidnappers' hideout at Okwono Etiti Oba in Idemili South local government area of the state has been brought down. Udem Kalu has details.
Demolition of the kidnappers' den conducted by the State Joint Security Task Force followed a report by the police of a gang of kidnappers traced to the hideout who recently attacked and kidnapped 2 persons at Oko, Orumba North Council area and another 2 persons at Ekulobia, Agwata local government area, but were pursued and tracked down. Although the hideout had earlier been raided, exhibits recovered include a gun, locally made pistol, cans, Indian hemp, among other incriminating items, as well as the arrest of some persons, including a 65-year-old man. Governor Soludo, who commended the demolition exercise, noted that the building was used as a den for criminal activities. Hence, such building will be brought down and confiscated by government, while urging the citizens to continue to provide useful and timely information.
Any house again that will find kidnappers or used by kidnappers will be brought down. That's not if and what about it. Any forest where they hide must also be cleared. No place to hide for criminals in Anambra. Going forward, we are determined, and with the support of the people, we will overcome.
The arrested suspects are expected to aid the police in their investigations. Inoka Ndemkalo, NTA News.
And away from security matters, Nigeria has joined other countries across the globe to advocate a renewed commitment from the ILO towards helping nations of least developed and developing countries for the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, by 2030. This was part of a request by the Nigerian government